The finals are now set in the WSOP 10K heads-up, with Gus Hansen taking on Jim Big Queso Collopy. In their semi-final matches, Hansen defeated Andrew Feldman, while Jim Collopy overcame Ram Vaswani in a drawn-out battle. Feldman and Vaswani each took home just over £96,000 for their semi-finalist finishes. The finalists are guaranteed £178,000, while the champion will take home just over £288,000. We caught up with Gus Hansen after his win in the semi-finals. So you're chasing this elusive bracelet. How are you feeling?
Well, pretty good. I mean, I think overall I've played a pretty decent tournament. I think I had one bad match against Phil Ivey, but I got a little lucky at the right time. So apart from that, I feel like I've been playing pretty well, and I thought I made some good decisions against Andrew Feldman in the semis. So now we'll see who I'm going to be up against in the final.
Do you feel any pressure? Is this something that you really want to add to your poker resume?
Well, I think I'm not as focused on it as a lot of other people, but on the other hand, I'm a competitor. I like to compete. I like to, if possible, beat the other guy, the other girl, whoever is sitting at the table. And I mean, if you go back to a good old classic movie, Top Gun, no points for second place, then you definitely want to win. So I mean, I'm obviously really trying to win right here, but I'm pretty sure whoever I'm up against in the final is trying to win as well. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
How did you find the match against Andrew? I know you kind of played small ball a little bit there.
I had no idea how to start out. I mean, I figured I was going to be the aggressor and he was going to be the little tight guy.
Yeah.
But he raised every button for like the first 3 levels. And for some reason, I just decided to limp every button for the first 3 levels. Actually, for all the levels, I just limped the button every time. I limped with aces and had a very weird hand with his ace-king suited against my aces. A very strange hand. But I was really, just trying. I mean, it worked out well here. Of course, I'm not saying that's the right strategy, but I mean, I kept the pot small, played obviously a lot of hands in position. And I had good success with re-raising him a couple of times here and there. A little bit of random, obviously some good hands in there, but also some mediocre hands. So it felt like my timing was pretty good. And a lot of times in a poker heads-up match, the timing is crucial. I mean, you make a couple of re-raises and you catch your opponent with a big hand, and now you're suddenly out of there before you even did anything. But it seems like I caught him with his hand in the cookie jar because he didn't have anything. So I picked up a lot of money pre-flop. So I was pretty happy with the way things were going. And obviously I did have a lot of big hands. And he did. It seemed like he made a lot of big folds. So at the end, obviously, I'm trying to take advantage of his big fold. So I felt I was trying to adjust. I could have made some better decisions along the way, but overall I'm pretty happy with my performance.
What was the story with that aces versus ace-king hand? How did that not just blow up?
Well, I mean, it was kind of like I had the hand played out before the flop, really. So I had him really at a set pattern on how he was going to play this hand, if he had nothing, if he had air. And so basically I just called before the flop. Figured, I mean, aces, it's a pretty good hand. Let him fire a couple of rounds. King 5 deuce on the flop, another good flop. I mean, a lot of times he's just drawing dead with an ace queen, 2 8s. He has 2 outs, but a good spot for me. So I just call and let him fire another bullet. Now he checks the turn, and I figure now he has nothing. So I gain nothing by betting because he's probably drawing dead. So that's why I just kept it small, and the only cards I didn't want to see on the river was really a queen or a jack, completing like a big straight. There was a king and a 10 on the board, and it came a queen. Now he bets like 80,000, and I'm like, I was going to raise with pretty much any card except for a queen and a jack. So now I just decided to call. So I mean, obviously, if I raise pre-flop, we get all the money in. If I raise on the flop, we get all the money in. So obviously that hand, I mean, I can't really pat myself on the back for how I did. I basically won super minimum. But I made a read. It was wrong. Basically, what had to happen, Andrew had to play the hand very funky as well. I mean, he could have. I thought he would charge me just playing straightforward. He had top pair, top kicker. Bet the turn, bet the river. And now it's a totally different story. I mean, now we pretty much get all the money in anyway. But he did the funky check, and, well, what can I say? He tricked me.
Well, obviously what you were doing worked. You're in the final now. Who would you rather be playing, Collopy or Vaswani?
I'm good friends with Vaswani. I think just for the fun of it, I would prefer to meet him in the final, but this is absolutely nothing poker related. I've played a little bit with Ram, but mostly actually in limit games like Stud, Omaha High Low. So I'm not sure any of us can use any of that info in a no limit heads up match. So I don't have too much knowledge about any of the two players. So I mean, for the fun of it, I would like to play Ram, but poker wise, I think it's going to be a tough match no matter what.
Well, best of luck. We're rooting for you. First bracelet, come on.
Thank you.
The finals will be best of 3, so stay tuned to Card Player TV to find out who the winner of this very prestigious event will be.